This is Chad and Dalton from Coyote Classics here in Green, Iowa, and today we're checking out a big block 1969 Chevelle Convertible that was built to drive. Great sounding car. And the previous owner used this car on a ton of power tours. Got a 5-speed Tremec in it, big block under the hood. A lot of upgrades to make this car very reliable and fun to drive and take cross country. Under the hood is a 454 big block. You have power steering, power brakes, of course, aluminum radiator. Also has a center force clutch. So a little heavier duty, more performance clutch in this thing as well.
MSD ignition, it looks like.
Upgraded front suspension. Just a lot of mechanical upgrades on this thing.
It's got a great sounding dual exhaust, nice set of headers, and they wrap the headers, you know, so it doesn't to get the starter hot and stuff like that. So.
I like kind of this like aluminum on the bottom of the hood to reflect. Kind of neat. And a great color too. Beautiful color with the white interior.
A couple other things to add. It's got a serpentine belt system, which is nice. And this all these things we're adding, and then it also has an electric fan in the front and a regular fan in the back. So what this is all adding, guys, is just adding up to make this car a turnkey driver. Something you can just jump in and really enjoy, especially with that 5-speed manual transmission. And as we look up and down the side, it's just a great looking car. It's got some paint imperfections here and there. If you want this car to be perfect, you're gonna want to repaint it. But to be a beautiful cruise night car, turnkey driver, I'd leave it just the way it is and have a blast.
I think because the previous owner drove this car so much and took it on a lot of power tours, you know, it's kind of exactly what he wanted. He wanted something that wasn't perfect paint, but man, 5 feet away, it looks great.
You know what, Dalton? I hear that a lot from a lot of our customers. You know, if you get something too perfect, you're just scared to drive it. You know, this one with some chips and some little stuff like that, you know, you're just not scared to drive it.
Yep. And it's a Chevelle Convertible. How often do you see Chevelle Convertibles?
You don't see too many at all, especially in this price range. Front bumper, grille, and back bumper are all original, so they do have some little marks in them. That'd be a really easy thing to change and really brighten up the this car a lot, just with some new bumpers. You can see here it's just got the original oxidation, some little scuffs, but they have been polished up. They look okay at a distance. You get right up on top of them. Replace them, it'd look a lot better. If you look up and down the sides, I like that they did the SS emblems, emblems in the front, the sides, the back, the white stripe down the side. And it's got a great looking set of rims and tires on it.
Yeah, it does. And that's a really neat color too. It's like an emerald green.
Yeah, Tim buffed this all out, so it's got a lot of metallic in the paint. And as you mentioned before, you can see here in the sun right here, it looks really good. But as you look around the edges, it's got some paint chips here around the hood. Some of them have been touched up, some haven't. The gap on the hood is great, and the back gap lines up really nice back there. Sits nice and flush all the way around, front and back. Again, some more touch-ups along the edge of the hood. It's got the Super Sport hood on it. You know, 1969, you can't tell by the VIN number or anything without a build sheet if it was a real Super Sport. We're selling this as a clone. We don't know if it's a real SS or not. It does have the 12-bolt in it. It's got the disc brakes in the front. It's got a big block, which is, I think like a 73, 72, 73, 454. So definitely not the original engine, but it's got a lot of power. As we go down here to the bottom, a couple paint chips that have been touched up. And not everything's going to show out here in the sun, guys. It's got some orange peel in the paint. Great looking driver, but not perfect. Gap's great from top to bottom on her door. Got a few little paint chips along the bottom here. And a few little bubbles right at the back edge of the door here. Rocker seems nice and solid, so does the lower quarter panel. A few more paint touch-ups right along the edge here. Top of the quarters look great. There is just a little scratch right here below the boot. Another little paint crack right here that's been touched up. But another thing I like, they didn't fill this all in with Bondo here. It's a nice line. A lot of times that's what they do, is they just fill that back piece in when they restore them. Trunk lid fits great all the way across the back. Taillight lenses are original. Chrome's original around the taillight lenses. That's something else a guy can do. Those taillight lenses, I think, are 60 bucks. Back bumper shined up really nice. It's got the nice tips out the back. Back behind the rear quarters all nice and solid here.
It's got the perfect stance for a 69 Chevelle. You just got that nice little rake.
It's about the same stance as the 69 SS Silver, and we just sold and just delivered on Saturday. Door handles are 100% original. You can see they're kind of scuffed up. There again, you want the bright work to look a little nicer. Pretty inexpensive thing to do, and you can kind of do all that stuff yourself. Corner of the door is decent here. Bottom of the door. Does have the SS 396 on the door panels. Armrest. You can tell it's been repaired just a little bit here. Another cheap thing a guy can do if you want. As we get in here to the interior, nice carpet. I like that they did the parchment interior. Seats look beautiful. As far as our door jambs, again, paint quality on the door jambs is not as good as the paint quality on the outside. You can just see some little the green overspray. They just didn't do the best job on that. Rubbers here are new.
I do like what they did with this console. It's like if you look in the back, they made that little console go all the way to the back. So like I said, he brought his friends along. They went on power tours. You could have your pops back there. You got speakers built in. Which really makes it kind of nice.
I do. They got cup holders front and back, don't they? Kenwood's in there. Seat belts for 3 in the back, and they are the correct GM seat belts. Back door panels look good. Front door panels look good. And I like the color. I like the white and black together. It's a good choice. It's got a really nice Hurst shifter. Again, 5-speed transmission. Aftermarket gauges. That way when you're cruising in this thing, you know exactly what you're running at all times. Factory power top, which is nice. A lot of those 69s didn't have it. Got the correct switch there. SS steering wheel. As far as the paint on the dash is all stock, you can tell another thing, and I'm not picking the car apart, but just taking it from a driver to a little nicer car is just these little Astro balls. They just completely come out of there with one screw. Again, stuff that you can do yourself. Rear view mirror, 40 bucks. You know, if you want that to look a little cleaner. It's nice and tight though, so.
And it's got a lucky penny on there too.
Yeah, man, I don't know if that's gonna do any good, but you never know. Top of the dash pad is really nice.
Again, on the trunk, you can just see it's got a little orange peel on the right light, but it's got a lot of beautiful metallic in that paint.
Sure does. Bottom of the door fits nice into the bottom of the quarter. Back behind the rear wheel is in excellent shape. Over the wheel well is good. Right in front, we do have, there's a little paint crack right there, and there's a bubble there. And a couple little blisters also in that bottom corner of that door. Tire tread is in excellent shape all the way around. Couple little chips down here along the rocker panel, and just a couple more bubbles here on this driver's side front fender. Fender lines up really nice with the door here on the body line. Again, the back of the hood lines up nice. We got good gaps. If a guy wants to make a show car out of it, repaint it. Door buzzer still works. Driver's side door panels real decent. Again, armrest, pad, they could be replaced to be just a little nicer. It's got the original seat belts. Does have new scuff plates in it. This thing sounds badass, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's cool car.
All that wicked sound, and we're not pushing 3,000 RPM.
That's excellent.
I like it's got the big sport comp tack over there. Wipers work great. Again, power top works. Heater fan works on it.
So the glove box is nice.
Oil pressure is about damn near 60 pounds. Temp gauge is up to about 130 right now. Again, nice smooth shifter. What a great performing car. We'll get to that in a minute. Gas gauge works as well. These Chevelles and GTOs are just a great size car.
Yeah, they are. They're really the perfect size. Still got the sporty look. They're not too big, but yet you can fit friends in here if you want. This thing is pretty freaking fast.
It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Here's your brakes too. So we got power brakes. Brake stop perfect. As far as our alignment's in great shape as well. Stereo system, we got one of those.
It'll work it when we find the station.
Oh yeah, it'll work. So we got speakers up under the dash, we got speakers in the back.
What a quick car. Suspension feels good going over the bridge too.
Wasn't that sweet?
Yeah.
So those were all 4,000 RPM shifts right there. And it still just roasted the tires loose. All doing that, going down the road perfectly straight. Doesn't need an alignment, doesn't need shit.
Yeah, that's the thing with this car is mechanically it's dead nuts awesome.
Yeah, I think this car, as soon as this video hits this website, especially with this thing being a little faster than I kind of thought it was going to be, when it first came in, the throw on the foot feet, I could tell it was going to be fast, but the throw on the foot feet didn't allow it to open all the way up. Those power disc brakes work absolutely perfectly, which also tells me that this car doesn't have like a huge, super big cam in it to affect those power brakes vacuum.
It runs like it does though.
It does. It sounds good. It idles nice. Amp gauge is working now. Temperatures are up about 160. Oil pressure still up over 60.
Oh, no, I'm surprised we still have convertible weather today. I think you and I both woke up and thought it was gonna be different temperatures. I'm in a sweatshirt and you're in a Tommy Bahama.
I had a stocking hat and a coat on this morning on the morning walk. It was about 32 degrees.
Warmed up though.
Horn works also, guys.
We'll get on her one last time here, but
You want to do one more time?
one more time. See if she still got
From
it.
a rolling shot?
Yeah, does it go? This thing's awesome. I love it.
This thing's as good as gone.
Yeah, it is. Check it out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. I'll put the link down in the comments of this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.